obviously the 12. I collected retros. And I have them still to this day. I could probably sell them.
You should?
Yeah, I should. My brother, I don't know what he's doing with them, but I have a bunch of them still. I had Spiz Ikes, I had the 12s, 11s, 6s, a bunch of rare Jordans, right?
Okay.
Carmines, yeah, all that. You know, I'm a Jordan head on
Can you
low.
match with Myron wearing Jordans, bro?
Yeah.
Yo, we need Durag Myron with some Jordans, bro.
Since, I guess,
Black youngster.
since it's nigga time. Yeah, so I had a bunch of Jordans, right? For all the people that say I'm not black, whatever. I had a bunch of Jordans, guys, right? Oh, them waves are spinning, baby. Y'all see that? The 3/6s are here, baby.
You're also speaking Bill's language right now, too.
You know?
Bruh.
So yeah, I had 8s. I had a bunch of rare J's, right? But it wasn't until I became, a young adult when I went to college, right? When I went to Boston, I had foam paws, all these sneakers, and I remember, I'll never forget this. I remembered how like all my white classmates looked at me, the guys that I rode with and shit like that, and they like looked at it like, wait, how much those shoes cost? $200, dude, dude. $200 for foam posits back when like foams were like $200 to $250. I had the fucking Penny Hardaways, the purple joints, the eggplants. Yeah, you know, I had 12 6s. Did I have any 2s? I never had any 2s. I had the graphite 15s, all these rare ass Jordans, right?
Oh, those are
like, how much do those cost? Oh my dude, those are expensive. Then I thought to myself, hold on one second. This dude's family is rich as hell. They got like a mansion in Connecticut. This dude's family is rich as hell. They got a mansion in California, right? Because I went to school with some very privileged rich kids, right? I was the poor one in my group, but I had the most expensive sneakers. And then I looked at it and I saw, wait, these dudes are wearing dirty ass boat shoes, Sperry's, and some Nantucket shorts, right? And then I saw, like, I went to their houses and I saw that their families also, right? One's a doctor, another one's a lawyer, big, but high earning people, right? 300, 500K, maybe millionaires, whatever it may be. They didn't wear none of this crap. They didn't wear none of the designer. They didn't wear anything. And I was like, what the fuck am I doing? The rich people don't wear this shit.
Yeah.
Why am I wearing it? If I want to be wealthy, I got to act like wealthy people. They save their money. They buy things that aren't that expensive. They don't have to look rich because they really are. And that's when I literally had that epiphany. Like, I was about 21 years old. I was like, yo, I'm stopping this shit. And I stopped buying J's, stopped buying True Religions, stopped buying designer. I said, fuck that shit. And then I realized, like, the really wealthy don't dress like this. And that was when I had my wake up and I just stopped buying all that shit, man. So guys, you need to have that, like, I don't know what it is for you. Maybe you might need to have that epiphany moment. Maybe you need to be around some rich people and see how they really dress and how they really behave. But I'll tell y'all this, man. The high class aren't sitting here fucking wearing a Miri. Tell y'all that right fucking now.
They're not.
They ain't. You know, they don't say terms like, I'm dripped out. The fuck? You know? The only drip that they're talking about, they look at you like you're a retard because saliva's dripping from your mouth. That's the only way they look at it when you wear this fucking designer shit. You spending hundreds of dollars on Dunks or Jordans or whatever. We're the only class of people that do this stupid shit, bro. Nobody else does it. Yeah. Really rich people aren't here wearing fucking J's and $1,000 Dunks and all this other shit, man. Like, if you're going to buy them and resell them, I guess that's a thing. I know people that have successful sneaker reselling businesses.
But that's a business, though.
But that's a business. But as far as, like, buying them, collecting them, wearing them, bro, it's a waste of fucking money, bro. You better be rich if you're going to do that shit. Not broke, you know, spending your last paycheck waiting in line to buy some, you know, some 8s. I've been there. You know, I've been in the line waiting to buy some fucking, you know, Aqua 8s, you know, or buying some Carmine 6s. I've been there waiting in line or sitting there at the checkout line at fucking, you know, footlocker.com or something when the thing drops on a Saturday morning, back when they used to drop Jordans. Bro, it ain't worth it, man. It really isn't worth it. All right? So.
Hey, man. Just saying, bro.
Bills was exactly like that.
Bills like that, too? Yeah, man. Hey, what? Hey, bro, I mean, you agree, Bills? What do you think?
Hell yeah, I agree, bro, for sure. Absolutely. You know, man. I love sneakers, but I had to stop, like, collecting all the rare ones myself. I really just buy, like, all black shoes now. Yeah. I, like, kind of, like, force myself to stop buying just Jordans every week or every release, but... You know, shout out to the old days when I was rocking all the heat on the shoes. That was a good time.
Man. It was a fun time, but like looking back, I'm like, damn, I'm an idiot. I spent thousands upon thousands of dollars on these shoes,
but
bro.
It goes to show, in our 20s, we all make mistakes.
Yeah.
However, how you react to those mistakes will determine your future.
I thank God, bro, that I went to Northeastern University, right? And I've started rubbing elbows with like actually rich kids from affluent homes, because then I realized like, oh, this is how they move.
Yeah.
You know, they're not out here buying a bunch of stupid shit. Because as y'all know, I grew up in New Britain, Connecticut. It was all about, it was like the hood, man. Like, nigga mentality. Oh, yeah,
the hood,
bro,
ain't it?
we got Jordans, yo, we dripped out, we lit, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, look at this shit. I'm fresh. This is back when Ed Hardy and True Religions were the shit. $100 t-shirts. I remember Ed Hardy shirts. If it didn't have the sparkles, if it didn't have the fucking dumbass rhinestones on it, it was like an $80 shirt.
Yeah.
Right? And then the t-shirts, if they had the rhinestones, it was like $100 to $200. And then the True Religion G's, those were at least $200 to $300. Then I had some J's, that would be $200 to $300. Like $1,000 outfit, but I don't even got $1,000 in the bank. Like, what am I doing? I'm showing my age here, but guys, like, it's really stupid.
Yeah, if you look at people that are successful, really successful, billionaires, millionaires that are really living life, that Walmart drip,
Facts.
Target drip, it's like they don't go to America. However, I will say this though, as a youngin,
Get out of the nigga mindset.
you should experience it at least a one time. Experience it. See what it's like. All right, nice clothes, cool.
If
Moving
you
on.
go without experience it, guys, I always say this. Smart people learn from their mistakes. Wise people learn from other mistakes.
Yes.
Learn from me and Fresh's nigginess.
Yes.
Don't do it, bro.
Is that a word?
Huh?
Is that a word, nigga?
Nigginess. Like, bro, like, it's not worth it, bro. It really isn't worth it. You don't need to do it. Y'all don't need to go ahead and buy a bunch of Jordans and Dunks and phone posits to realize, like, damn, I'm fucking dumb. You know what I mean?
Stupid.
I'm telling y'all it's dumb. It's not worth it.
Like I did the experience, bro. I went by a designer. I bought the big chain, all that stuff. I did the marketing. I did the experience. It was great. But it was like, bro, what am I really doing this? And I sold all of it, and now I'm just like chilling.
Yeah,
but
man.
again, people that you're around that have a certain lifestyle, a certain level of like wealth, they're like, bro, what are you doing, man?
Yeah, man.
Like, nigga, what's
The
up with
only
you?
exception I can even think is if you're gonna buy like nice watches.
Yeah.
Those hold value.
Yeah.
You want to go ahead and get yourself a timeless piece like a Rolex Date
Yeah,
Just,
something like that.
You want to get a Pepsi, a Batman, one of these pieces that holds value very
You should
well.
wear yours more often, man.
I'll wear it tonight or whatever. But like, that's the only thing I would say like that is like luxury that's worth purchasing. But to be honest with y'all, bro, don't even bother buying these watches until you're a million net worth.
Exactly.
Get the fuck out of here. Like, bro, you're spending $30,000 on a fucking Rolex or some shit like that.
It's a money
Don't
hold.
do that until you are at least 1M net worth, bro.
Because it holds money for you. It's not
yeah.
like, for example, you buy it now, you can sell it for maybe the same price, but you want to hold on to it so it holds some value and then sell it for a higher price later on if you're gonna do that.
Yeah, bro.
So-
Like it's a way for you to enjoy money and that it doesn't lose value. It holds that value. Actually, it'll probably do a better job than putting in the bank, to be honest with you.
Yeah, for
but regardless, you could get robbed, you could lose it, etc. So
Yeah.
you want to go ahead and buy a Rolex? Do it. Celebrate and buy yourself a Rolex after you hit 1M net worth. I want y'all taking all that money and putting it into goddamn real estate.
And buy it with a credit card.
Yes, do that too.
You did it too,
I
actually.
did it too. I bought it with credit, and then
Yeah.
also, I want y'all to, even though it could be considered an investment. I bought my Rolexes off real estate money, like off the money I made passively. I didn't spend my buy a Rolex off of like earned income from like doing the pod or sponsorship. None of that. It came off of passive income. Y'all want to go ahead and buy nigga shit? Here's the only time you can buy nigga shit. You buy nigga shit when you're making passive income. You want to go buy some Jordans? Cool. Go get a real estate property that will pay you the money so you could go ahead and get those Jordans. You get 100%, you get like $200 cash flow from one of your properties? Cool. You want to go buy some J's? All right, go do it. But you ain't going to take $200 from money that you actually spent time to earn to go get those Jordans.
And that is how NBA players, football players go broke.
Yes.
They spend their earned income on liabilities, and then
If you're going to take one thing from this podcast besides me yelling at y'all about buying fucking Jordans or phone posits, it's this. Earned income, money that you make spending time or skill set, whatever, that earned income goes into an asset. I don't care if it's real estate, an ATM, something that makes you passive income. That passive income you get, all right, that's coming in every month, by the way, consistently, that's what you can use to go ahead and buy the liabilities like Jordans, phone posits, drip, Amiri, whatever you guys want to buy.
Yeah.
Okay, you want to take it back to 2009 and buy some goddamn True Religions? Go ahead. I don't care. But you're using passive income to buy the stupid stuff. You're not using earned income. That's where I make a mistake, and that's where many poor people make the mistake. They take their earned income to buy liabilities to make it look like they're wealthy. That's not what you want to do. They want to go buy the Mercedes. They want to go buy the nice clothes, etc. And for you guys that make $100K per year, y'all are some of the worst offenders of this because y'all are just starting to get money, right? Where you feel you could get like a taste of the high class when you make $100,000 plus a year, but you're not really there.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? And then you're in this weird in-between area.
You're trapped.
Where you think you make enough, but you really don't.
Yeah.
You're still living paycheck to paycheck.
Middle class for a reason.
Yeah. You know? So I'm telling you how you need to be. You want to buy a Rolex? You want to have a nice Mercedes, etc.? Be a goddamn millionaire. Yep, I said it. Guys, I still drive my 2002 Honda around.
You a better man than me, nigga.
Yeah, I know. but I know that might be overkill a bit. But I still got my 2002 Honda.
You love that car though.
Yeah. So if I'm still driving that piece of crap around, y'all can too. Right? Anyway.
There you go.
Yeah.
That was a well laid out reason why you should.
Now we're on number 3?
Yes.
Round 3.
So number 3, guys, this is pretty simple. We covered it earlier as well. It's going to be only go to school if you're career focused or have a plan of action with your degree. Now, we mentioned this earlier in some of the super chats, but if you look at it from a logical standpoint, you're going to school, spending money or getting a loan if you don't have like a grant or like a someone paying for your schooling, and what's happening is you're investing time and money into a future based off of your degree, which should give you a job, hopefully. Now, most people, they go to school because their parents say you should go to school, son, your daughter, keep the family name going, go to school, get your degree. But then they don't really think, okay, once I get my degree, what's the next goal? Because I have friends that went to school in Barbados and here of course, and they got masters, they got their PhDs, their degrees, and some of them are working at pet shops. And I'm like, wait, what? You spent 4 or 5 years in school, 6 years to work at a pet shop? Please, somebody tell me you're kidding. So I'll just say, unless you want to be a lawyer, doctor, again, the computer space, be mindful of what you're going to school for, because just going just to go, it makes no sense. Because I'm telling you right now, you can spend that time working a job or getting a job in a career you want to follow or skill, or even learn a trade that can get you way more money in the long run and as well in the short term. So before you get it or go for a degree, that one said, hey, get a psych degree, get a degree in arts. For what? Is it going to give you a job that you actually want? Probably not. And look to the future and say, okay, if I work now for 4 years, how far the hell would I be from my competition? Or learn a skill or trade you can apply right now and then get the certificates to get a better job or better promotion in the long term and short term. So go to school for focused career, but ultimately, if that's not your goal, then why even go to school? So I would just leave it there and say, guys, think about your future in your 20s, because that will determine your future in your 30s and 40s.
Yeah, guys, when you go to school, and remember, this doesn't mean that it has to amount to a college degree. Mm-hmm. It can literally be learning a trade. Mm-hmm. This is something that is kind of like a lost art form in the United States. Guys, there's nothing wrong with being a plumber. There's nothing wrong with being an electrician. There's nothing wrong with being a power lineman or doing anything that is involved in infrastructure. Guys, these are all high-paying 6-figure jobs, mechanics, etc. This is stuff that society needs, and it's never going to go out of business. And then on top of that, a lot of times they pay well because people don't want to do them.
Yep.
You know, working in the oil fields. All these jobs do very well, man, and there's nothing wrong with being a blue-collar worker working with your hands. Y'all literally keep the country going, okay? Yeah, do women, have the same level of respect for it? Probably not, because a lot of them are idiots. But who cares what the fuck they think, Your job isn't to sit here and impress women. Your job is to earn an income, earn a living, and then when you go ahead and you date, you can deal with it however you want. But regardless, you need to make the money first. And there's nothing wrong, guys, with getting into a trade that makes you money, because these trades can absolutely generate 6 figures, which will allow you, right, to go ahead and start a side business. Maybe you could do consulting. Maybe you could start up your own electrician business on the side, because you know how to do it yourself. So now you can move from an entrepreneur standpoint and get some electricians underneath you and start a business. So, but one of the things, though, guys, about being an entrepreneur starting a business is you got to know how to do all the jobs, right? And then hire people to do those jobs for you. And then you could go ahead and move up into more a management role. But you're not going to learn unless you go ahead and do these jobs yourself. So these jobs, guys, are fantastic. And here's the other thing, too. You don't necessarily have to incur a lot of debt to get them.
Yes.
Right? You can go to a trade school that's going to cost you a fraction of what a university is going to cost you. Get the trade. Graduate with little to no debt. Maybe even you could get some type of scholarship that pays for it. And then, bam, you're on your way to making $50, $60, $70, $80, $100,000 within a few years. And then that money that you make, you can invest into other asset classes that's going to make you money.
Guys, this is Money Monday. So we made a list of things you can do as trades to make the most money for yourself and your family. Number 1, plumber, electrician, real estate agent, dental hygienist, technician, boilermaker, carpenter, welder, aircraft mechanic, millwright, radiation therapist, elevator mechanic, iron worker, air traffic controller mechanic,